Hi guys, sorry, I was struggling to unmute myself. I hope you're well and that you're keeping warm. I want to do a few exercises with the prefix and the suffix again before we continue to figures of speech. So, like I told you yesterday, this is just a recap to figure out exactly how it looks and how I'm going to ask you. Okay, now this exercise is there are a few tricky words, and then there are words that can have more than one prefix. So I want you to put it in the chat box for me. Can all of you hear me? Or all of you with me? You can just see here. Okay. I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Like I said, I was struggling to unmute myself. Okay, so like the first one, I did the first one for you, like prefix or refix. Okay, so I want you to just type in the next one for me, mind, or you can do equal. Just type your answers that you think. Like in mind. Or remind. Okay, like I said, some of them have you can put different prefixes in front of them. When you do a prefix like this, if I give you a bank of prefixes and I tell you to put in a prefix for me, and you're struggling, put in the first one and say demind. Okay, do demind have a meaning? Can I explain to someone what demind means? Okay, I can't say exmind. Go to the next prefix and you say exmind. Okay, there's no explanation for exmind, so that's not a word. So in mind. Okay, so let's make a sentence with in mind in your head. Okay, I'm keeping this in mind. Okay, so that is how, if I give you something like this, okay, like disprove, unlucky, improve is also correct. Disprove, that is also one with more than one meaning. Unfair, displace, withdraw, yes. Visible, invisible, view. You want to do review for me? In view or review. Sense, nonsense. That one was a tricky one. Pert, expert. Okay, just going to, okay, illegal, defrost, mislead, gust, ungust. Unusual. Okay, the next one, logical. Logical. Anybody wants to try logical? Illogical. Replay. Decode. Unhappy. Disrespect. Non-fiction. Exceed. You exceed my expectations. Fat, non-fat, withhold, important, retrieve, excellent, and reflex. Do any of you have a different prefix to the word that I put in there? Like I said, like review or in view. You are all so quiet today. Are you tired or what's happening? Okay. Now, if I give you an exercise like this, and I tell you we are going to do this, what we do first is you're going to select a root word, and then you will select a prefix that goes with that root word. Okay. The first one is easy. I'm going to do that one. Like unhappy. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to type a few words for me. Take a root word and put a prefix in front of it and make me a new word, please. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay, like stand, understand, side, beside, like, dislike, possible, impossible, ground, underground, read, pre-read, or reread. It's also fine. Tie, untie, and do, redo. Okay. Thank you for typing a few answers for me. I really appreciate that. Okay. Now, the next one is easy, but I want you to give me the answers. If you can put up your hand, I will unmute you and we can do this. So basically what I want you to do is like number 2 that says inter. So give me the word on the right side that begins with inter.
Ma'am,
Yes.
this extra, the answer is also extraordinary.
Uh,
Ma'am?
give me the answer for number 2, please. The
Oh,
inter.
number 2.
Yes, please.
Interstate highway.
Yes, thank you. Can you do number 3 for me also, since I have you
Yes,
unmuted?
ma'am. Number 3 is anti-gravity backpack.
Thank you. Okay. The next one is pre. You give me the word for pre.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes, I hear you.
pre with pre-game.
Yes, pre-game. And can you give me the answer for counter also, please?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Contact.
Counter-attack, yes. Okay, the next one, in.
Ma'am is enlightened.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you. Thank you. And extra?
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary, yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, the next one, trance. Trance.
Ma'am,
Yes.
for trance, it's trans.
Transcontinental. It's a difficult one. And it's long words. And I think sometimes it blurs a little bit. Okay, and the next one, under. Can you give me the answer for under also?
Ma'am,
Yes. Okay, underestimate, yes. Okay, and the next one, semi. Semi.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Semi-truck.
Semi-truck, yes. And can you do over for me also, please?
Over. Ma'am, over.
Yes, over.
Over common state.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, can everybody hear me? I see somebody's telling me they can't hear me, but if everybody else can hear me, then there's a problem on your side. Okay. I don't really know what to do about that, but okay, we did this exercise yesterday. Let's just go past this so we can get to the figures of speech again. Like I said, today we are going to recap everything so we can play Kahoot tomorrow. Okay, so figures of speech. We get a simile, a metaphor, idioms, personification, alliteration, a hyperbole, and onomatopoeia. Okay, so those are the 7 figures of speech. Okay, what is an idiom? It is an expression or phrase that may be difficult to understand because it doesn't mean the same thing that its individual words mean. Idioms are very common in English, especially during casual conversations, but in formal speeches, but you find them in formal speeches and writing also. Learning some of the most common or confusing ones are worth the effort. Okay, idioms adds color to English. Okay, like a fly on the wall. Just unmute you here.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello,
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
I'm fine. I wanted to give an example of an idiom. I think I know an example of an idiom.
Okay, give me one.
The grass always grows greener on the other side.
The grass is always greener on the other side. Yes, that's the idiom. What does that idiom mean?
I don't know.
Okay. That idiom means that sometime or it always looks like your neighbors or other people lives are perfect or it's better there, but in fact it isn't. Like when you say it's fun to go to the sea, or fun to live at the sea. I don't live at the sea, so I always think it's fun living there is better than where I am, but it doesn't necessarily mean it is. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have heard of an idiom. It is the best of both worlds.
Yes, and what does that mean?
It means when there's a bad side to everything, there's always a good side to everything.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other examples? Okay, I'm just going to go past these. So, like I said, sorry. These words that I give you here are the ones that I will give you in a test. Okay, so to be unnoticed, observer is to be a fly on the wall. Ants in your pants means you're restless. Early bird, it's someone who gets up early. Joined at the hip, it's people that are very close to each other. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have an example of an idiom.
Okay.
Ma'am, it's a piece of cake.
A piece of cake, and what does that mean?
It means something is easy.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you. That is a nice idiom.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next one. Okay, elbow grease, hard physical activity. Break a leg, it means good luck. Cut some corners, it means to do something poorly in order to save time or money. Okay, simile. The simile is a comparison between two things using the words like or as. So simile is easy. It is a comparison between two things using the words like or as. So if you want to identify a simile, you always see, okay, is there a like or an as in that sentence? And then you know it's a simile. Okay. I'm going to unmute you. Yeah.
Sorry, ma'am. I wanted to give an example of an simile.
Okay, that's perfect.
He is as tall as a tree.
Yes, that is correct. And how do you know it's a simile? It's because there is an as in that sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, let's unmute the next one.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
I've got a simile, which is, I feel as light as a feather.
Yes, that is a good simile. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. The next one. Let's see.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I have an example for a simile.
Okay.
Ma'am, he is as fat as an elephant.
Yes, that is a good simile. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And I'm just going to unmute you also. See.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have an example for a simile.
Okay.
He is as fast as a cheetah.
Yes, that is a good simile. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
So, similes are fun. Similes and idioms and metaphors are fun. Okay, so a metaphor is a direct comparison between two things. It's not something when you say he is as fat as a pig. You say, he is a pig. Or her heart is gold. It's not her heart is so precious, is precious as gold. You don't say that. It's or the world is a stage. It's not the world is as big as a stage. Okay. So that is what a metaphor is. It's to compare two things to each other, or to do a direct comparison between two things. Unmute you. Yeah, I have another nice example of a simile. She is as slow as a tortoise. She's as slow as a tortoise.
Thank you, ma'am. My metaphor is he has a heart of stone.
Yes, he has a heart of stone. It's you compare his heart to stone, but it's not when you say his heart is as cold as stone. Okay, let's see another one.
He is the size of a giant.
He is the size of a giant. Yes, you don't say he is as big as a giant. You say he is a giant. If I tell you somebody is a giant, you know they are very big. Okay.
He is a giraffe, which means he is as tall as a giraffe.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. Personification. That is when you give a human, when you give human qualities and human characteristics to an object, an animal, or an idea. So personification is to give human qualities to something that isn't a human, like a dog dancing or the stars that winked. Okay. Any examples of personification that you want to give me?
Yes, ma'am. My example of a personification is the sun is winking.
Yes, the sun is winking. Thank you. Okay. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Let's try again. Sorry. Hello? I'm just going to. Do you have an example of personification?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay.
Ma'am, it's raining cats and dogs.
It's raining cats and dogs. Do you think cats and dogs are personification, or do you think that is something different? You don't give, that is not a human characteristic to, I mean, a human can't rain cats or and dogs. Raining cats and dogs is an idiom. Okay.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Let's see, let's look a little bit more about personification. That is literally saying something does something a human does. If there's any indication that you're not quite sure, you can go and look if that is something that a human does. like a human marches, a human winks, a human dance, a human nod their head, a human runs. Okay, so anything a human does is personification. If you say something that isn't a human, does something that a human does, then it's personification. Okay, I'm going to unmute the next one.
Ma'am,
No?
the sky is crying. The sky is crying.
Yes, the sky is crying. That means it's raining, so the sky is crying. Something a human does, it's you're giving a human characteristic to something that isn't human. Here we have the grass giggled at me. The grass giggled at me. Or when you say the grass waved at me. Just unmute the next one here.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this okay? The flowers were singing to me.
The flowers were singing to me. Yes, that's okay. That is also personification.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a pleasure. Kia, no, you weren't wrong. That is also fine. Anytime, like grass giggled. That is correct. Anytime you compare or you give a human characteristic to an object, just remember that it needs to make sense. It needs to make sense, like the sky is crying. Then you can explain to me, okay, if I tell you the sky is crying, then I can tell you, okay, it's raining, so the sky is crying. Or the grass waved at me. You will see it when the wind blows, it looks like the grass is waving. So anytime you compare something or you give a human characteristic to a non-human thing, that is personification, but it needs to make sense. I'm going to unmute the next one.
Ma'am, no, I have no question. Oh, sorry, I left my hand up. Sorry, ma'am.
It's fine. Here's one. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, the clouds are angry, which means it's like this thunder.
Yes, the clouds are angry. Yes, that is a good one. That's when there's thunder, or it's going to rain. That dark, broody clouds. Okay, that is personification. Alliteration. Remember we did this. It's a repetition of consonants or sounds at the beginning of two or more words in a sentence. Okay, like curious cats can catch a cold, or frogs frequently frolic in fresh water. But, like I said, it isn't necessarily the entire sentence which consonants at the beginning of words are the same. It's just two or more. If I tell you Willy Wonka was going to the shops, that is also in alliteration because Willy Wonka was. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. My example of an alliteration is Washu was the king of Washington.
Yes, that is a good one. Thank you. Okay, so that is what an alliteration is. Alliterations are quite easy, I think. For me, it's quite easy.
Hello?
Hello.
Ma'am, I have an example.
Okay.
She sells seashells on the seashore.
Yes. Thank you. That is a good one.
Thank you, ma'am. My example of alliteration, ma'am, is we don't know what happened to the peck of pickled peppers that Peter Pepper picked.
Yes. That's the alliteration of the P. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Next one.
Hi, ma'am. My example is silly Sam slipped again.
Yes, that is a good example. Like I said, it's important to remember alliteration isn't necessarily a lot of words, like 5 or 6 words with the same consonant at the beginning. It can be just 2 or 3 words. Okay. The last.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Ma'am, this one is long, but I'm only going to say a short part of it. It's Betty bought a bit of butter to make some butter, which was bitter, so Betty bought butter.
Okay, yes, that is that is a good one. Thank you. Okay. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hmm?
Yes, ma'am. I was going to say the one about Peter. It says Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper.
Thank you. Yes, that is a good one. Thank you. Okay. Any questions regarding alliteration? When you are done with the figures of speech, you can ask me any questions about anything regarding the test. Okay. Hyperbole, a figure of speech that uses exaggeration to express strong emotion, to make a point, or to evoke humor. An extravagant statement of figures of speech, not intended to be taken literally. My shoes are killing me. If you take that literally, you will see my shoes running after me, trying to kill me. Okay. Or it's raining cats and dogs. Oh, sorry, that's hyperbole. The example that I said, sorry, that's hyperbole. Raining cats and dogs. It means it rains a lot, but it isn't literally raining cats and dogs, because that will be very weird. Okay. Or I died laughing. I didn't really die laughing, but I laughed a lot. So it's to express the strong emotion, or to make a point, or to evoke a little bit of humor when we're talking. So that's what hyperbole is. I'm going to unmute you, then you can give me a few examples.
Ma'am, I wanted to say a simile.
Okay, you can say simile also.
Billy buys books for his bookshelf.
Alliteration.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Alliteration.
It's fine, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so the next one.
Thank you, ma'am. My example of a hyperbole is I would kill for a burger.
Yes, I hope you would literally kill for a burger. So it's
No,
something
I won't.
to.
No, I won't.
So it's just something to show your strong emotion, or your strong feelings about how bad you want that burger. Okay, next one.
Thank you, ma'am. My hyperbole is that I'm so angry I would explode.
Yes. You're so angry that you will explode. So it means you're very angry. That is a good one. Thank you. Now, let's go to the next one.
Ma'am, my example is my mind is blown.
Yes, your mind is blown. It means you something was very interesting or something was awesome, but your mind luckily isn't literally blown. So that's a good one. Thank you. Let's go to the next one.
Ma'am, I want to say a hyperbole.
Okay.
I died running.
You died running. Okay. That means you either run very far, so you were very tired, or you never run. So when you run, it was awful. So that's a good one. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just going to go to the next slide and say onomatopoeia. The formation and use of words that suggest by their sounds the object or idea being named. Like the corn went pop in the microwave, or the car horn beeped loudly, or the bees buzzed in the tree, or the owl hooted in the tree. Okay, that is onomatopoeia. Any examples there? Any examples there?
Ma'am, what I want to say is the car crashed very hard.
The car crashed very hard. Yes, that is also onomatopoeia. Anyone else that wants to try one? Here's another hand.
Yes.
Hello?
Coffee?
Let's see here. I'm going to try and unmute the next one.
Thank you, ma'am. My example of an onomatopoeia is the bees buzzed in the beehive.
The bees buzz in the beehive. Yes, that buzz is the sound that they make. It sounds like the zzz that a bee makes. So that is a perfect example of onomatopoeia. Okay, so I'm not going to do another example of this. I'm going to go to the last slide. Yeah. Okay, the last slide. This is my email address. There are 5 minutes left of this class. Do any of you have any questions regarding anything about your test? Either if it's the figures of speech, the subject, object, and verb, anything that you want to ask me.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, how are we gonna do the exams, ma'am?
You're going to do it. We are going to load it up, and then you will have time to do it. You can go and download the exam, and you can do it on your own time. So my test is going to be available on Monday. Your other test will be available the rest of the week. I'm not sure which day is which test. So so from Monday you can do my test, and you'll have time to do it. Everything will be explained to you. Okay.
Okay. So, ma'am, is it gonna be like you're gonna send us like a certain thing, like maybe like a piece of like something that's a piece of paper, and then we can print it and then write on that?
Yes, or you can type on that. I'm going to, I think we're going to use Word, Microsoft Word, so you can type on that also. Okay, so it's not necessary to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that will make it easier. Okay. Any
ma'am.
other questions? Okay. I see here, I'm going to unmute the next one now. I see here we have someone that says people can cheat. Some people can cheat. That is true. You can cheat. But if you do this test, it's a test of character also. It's not just about the marks, or it's just so you and I know that you understand the work. So you have it's going to be awful if you cheat, which you can do, but then you can't test yourself and I can't test you. So you have just think of the right word to tell you. There will be no advantage in cheating because you'll just stay the same. Okay. I'm going to.
Sorry, ma'am, I forgot to put my hand down.
Okay, it's fine. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Let me just go to the next one. Kia, do you have a question for me?
No, I don't have a question, ma'am. I just wanted to say bye and God bless and thank you for teaching us.
It's a pleasure. It's fun teaching you. I really enjoy it. Okay. Last one before the class ends. Okay. Hello.
Ma'am, I want to say bye to you and the class.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so everybody, the class is almost over. Class is almost over. So no other questions. If you have a question, here's my email address. Please send it to me. Tomorrow we will play Kahoot. If I figure it out, I'm going to try my best today. But like I said, if you have any questions, please send me an email. I think most of the things we did and most of the things that's going to be on the test, you have under the knee. I feel like we did do enough revision for you to understand everything. But if there's something you're struggling with, please send me an email and I will try and help you again. Okay, so have a lovely day and then I'll see you tomorrow again.